acting X factor is, where someone can grab into your chest, pull out your heart, and just do whatever they want with it. I mean, that's what she's doing.
Yeah, caboose. Thunderbolts. Asterisk.
So for a while, all movies were doing the teamwork thing. You know, yeah, the Avengers were getting together, and that was their whole thing. Everyone's got to work together, right? The Justice League, unfortunately, the Expendables, Lego movie after Lego movie after Lego movie after Lego movie. Everyone's got to work together. All right. Sometimes you look around, and those teamwork people aren't around. They're not here. They can't save the day. So I guess I'll take these murderous assholes over here, them Thunderbolts. Why I like the Thunderbolts is because it feels organic. Why they're working together and how they're working together, even though they don't want to work together and they don't work well together, but they have to, right? It's not like Suicide Squad where they're being forced to work together or they'll explode, but it makes sense for them to work together. And they are not good people. They are murderous assholes. All right. They at times try to kill each other. They're always taking jabs at each other, verbal jabs at each other. You could make the argument that they work better alone at times. And look, again, they are assholes. they're villains. They're not anti-heroes. Okay, let's be clear. Right? They've murdered too many people to be considered any form of heroes. I'll give you this. Maybe they are anti-villains. All right, they're villains with good hearts. That's about as good as we can do. What's your face? Dreyfus. She's always gonna be Elaine to me. So she would be the villain. She's like, imagine if Lauren Boebert was intelligent. That would be, just kind of slimy, right? Always manipulative. That's Valentina's character, and she, I was calling her Elaine. Julia plays her well, like really well. Valentina, that's like the villain. But I would say she has a line in this. This is perfect. All right, she has a line in the movie where she says, like, I'm paraphrasing, there aren't any good guys. There's bad guys, and then there's worse guys. All right, and it's a shame that people in real life actually believe that they believe that there's no good guys anymore. But it fits for this movie perfectly because there aren't any good guys in this movie, except maybe Bucky. So you have, and Bucky killed a lot of people too. So I don't know. But I would say the worst guy here, worse than Valentina, is untreated mental illness. Didn't expect that. I'll get to that in a second, though, I guess. This is an action movie, so like the action is okay. It's okay. Like it's just nothing really to complain about. It's just there's a lot of shooting. There's a lot of things flying through the air, a lot of explosions. But as far as like combat, like choreographed fighting stuff, they pulled back on that so they could give you more acting and message, which I don't have a problem with. I'm not going to take off too many points for that. But that's what you're getting in this action movie. Now, there's a lot of the action. Again, a lot of shooting. But it's more... People, this is about acting. This movie it works because of the great acting and how they deliver the message. Pugh, she has it, man. As far as like whatever that acting X factor is, where someone can grab into your chest, pull out your heart, and just do whatever they want with it. I mean, that's what she's doing. Right? She wants you to feel sad. Boom, you're gonna feel sad. She wants you to feel angry. You're gonna feel angry, right? She wants you to have fun. You're gonna have fun. Like she has that, and so David Harbour has gotten to the point where he's so talented that we take it for granted, man. He's doing this thing in this as well. Sebastian, is that his name? Bucky, sexy as hell. That's really his superpower. He acts well, but his other X factor is just being sexy as hell. It's not even the arm anymore. It's just he shows up, he's just sexy. That's it. This is what I do. I'm sexy. Everybody else also really good. I mean, for whatever it is that they're doing, that they're there, their role, like all the actors are good in this. There is something cold-blooded that they do. I can't spoil it, and I won't. But there's something that happened. I'm just like, damn, Marvel, you didn't have to do all that. But and the only complaint I would have is Ghost. I feel like Ghost has actually a pretty interesting story, and I feel like it hasn't been told well. And everyone else in this movie, like, you get their past, and it's again, it's some mental health stuff going on in all their past, And but you don't get that as much from Ghost. That's the only complaint I think I would have as far as like the acting, the story, and all. But very minor complaint. As far as the mental health message in this, because like you've got the team, they're together, working horribly together, but they're together, and there's a plot. They're moving along the plot. There's a lot of fighting, a lot of shooting, and that mental health message is there, sprinkled throughout, and then it really gets to the climax at the end. And there's a criticism about Marvel about that they joke too much, and I feel like professional like critics, they might have some sort of like PTSD. Some fans as well, where like every time you hear a joke in a Marvel movie, you're like, here they go again. But I feel like we're being a little bit too harsh there, because yes, you can go overboard, but I feel like it's needed, especially in this movie. The jokes work well. They don't joke too much, but there are times where like we're going through minutes of stretch of mental health stuff towards the end. There's a scene with Catherine Pugh and David Harbour, and it's like they're taking my heart and they're tossing it back and forth, playing with my emotions. And it gets heavy. It gets heavy. And like we get to the point where I either need a box of tissues, lie that I've got allergies or something, or like we need to get back to the jokes. All right, the jokes, they're back. Thought I was gonna have to go to therapy. But it works well though for this movie. It's not too heavy because the jokes lift it back up. But they do get a message across that I feel like is needed today for sure. And it's entertaining. It's a lot of fun in this movie. Like everyone does their thing. The chemistry between the actors, marvelous. And it's one of my favorite Marvel movies. Like it surprised me. When they first announced the title, the Thunderbolts. I don't know nothing about Thunderbolts. Don't know nothing about them. So I didn't care. But so out of the blue, this is one of my favorite Marvel movies. I give it grade A. Grade A. There is a part in the movie you've probably seen it in the trailer where Red Guardian's talking about we want to be on the covers of the Wheaties box. And I'm thinking to myself, again, these are murderous assholes. All right, you don't be on no cover of no Wheaties box. You shouldn't be on no cover of no Wheaties box. I want you look. They're not evil to the point of like they're not evil on Putin levels. Okay, but let's say that on the Wheaties box. Imagine on the Wheaties box you had R. Kelly, Luigi Mangione, Derek Chauvin, and Ghislaine Maxwell, and they just on the cover of the Wheaties box, just smiling, hero poses. You know, that's kind of messed up. Kind of messed up. They are not anti-heroes. Again, villains. But I just want one person to call that. They're not anti-heroes. They're anti-villains. That's it. That's all. But the way Pugh be playing with my heart, you know, I'm on her side. Whatever you want.